What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Build a Mastermind Challenge. I'm Brad Hart from Make More Marbles. I'm really excited to show you guys day 4. And day 4, well, day 3, we talked about why masterminds, right? And we got really clear on some of the reasons why I love masterminds, why they're beneficial versus other types of vehicles that you can be using to serve people. But again, don't get hung up on the term mastermind. As long as it serves the people, does the things that you want it to do, you have a lot of fun, you make a lot of money in less time, you have a big impact. Awesome. Doesn't matter, right? So we're going to move on to day 4. We're going to help you find your why about why masterminds and why you want to move forward and be successful with this, because I think it's so important to get clear on the why. If you're clear on the what and you're clear on the why, that's 80% of the work. The how will show up. If you're committed, if you have your value set and you're moving in the right direction, that will create a lot of momentum. So really excited to dive right in. So let's get the share screen up. Day 4. Gotta have fun doing this. All right. So finding your why. It's time to go deep, guys. I'm going to get deep here. This exercise we're going to do in real time. And I'd like you to take out your notebooks and get a sheet of paper that's clean and go ahead and start with me right now. So the thing I want to ask you is, what is the most important thing to you about having a successful mastermind? And if you've already, thought of another word of something you want to create, it's not quite a mastermind, you're going to do a hybrid or something a little bit different. Why is it being successful to you important in general? And once you've got that written down, I want you to go ahead and ask yourself again, why is it important to you to have that thing? All right. So if you said something, for example, it's important to me to have a mastermind because I want to have my own business, or it's important to me to have a mastermind because I want to have this much more income, or I want to help this many more people, or I need a way to have more fun and travel and liveliness in my business because I'm not as excited about it as I used to be. Well, why is it important to you to have that? And then we're going to go another level deeper. Why is it important for you to have that, the thing underneath? I want you to take some real time with this and really get it together. I'm not going to go ahead and ask you 7 times, but I want you to go at least 7 levels deep until you get to a place where you really feel your body and breathing start to shift, where you're like, oh, that's the thing I'm doing it for. So when you go 7 levels deep on me, it's because I always wanted to belong. All right. We talked about that in the video I put up a little while back, a 4-minute video about my story around masterminds. I never felt like I belonged as a kid. Never felt like I had any friends. I was always getting bullied and beat up, and I had a ton of problems with my family. So masterminds for me, the reason why I was so, I love to build them and why I wanted to be a part of them is because it gave me that family of choice that I never felt I had. And it gave me an opportunity to serve people and help them, make them feel like they belong. And when they belonged, they found their why. And when they found their why, they were able to shift the world too. So through that message and through that mission, I was able to impact the lives of quite a few people. When I first started Make More Marbles, I had the goal, just kind of a random number I picked out of the year. I want to reach 1 million people. And it took us 3 years to do that. So I founded Make More Marbles in 2014. So it took us till 2017 to reach that 1 million people mark. And then last month, as I was part of the Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi launch, we had a lot of reach that month because we were spending a lot on ads and really pushing hard to tell people about that program. And I actually found out that, kind of by accident, I reached 1 million people that month. So what took 3 years originally was accomplished in 1 month. And so, you might say, oh, well, I'm bragging or I'm trying to impress you. No, I'm just telling you, like, when you're committed and dedicated to something and you have your why, you can run through brick walls. Yes. You can build a business. Yes. You can change a life. Yes. You can save a life, many lives, because you give people a clear function and purpose and why, and give them something to move towards, which is so important in today's day and age, because nothing gets accomplished if you're not clear on your what and your why. So this is too important to skip. Make sure you go through it. Make sure you keep asking yourself until you get really, really down deep into whatever it is that's driving you most. And when you're finished with the exercise, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What did you learn about yourself? How did that make you feel? How does it change your focus? And then finally, I want you to take all those lovey-dovey positive feelings and I want you to anchor them. This is an NLP technique. It's very clear, very simple. And what we're going to do is just feel the feelings. take a nice deep breath. And we're going to go ahead and pick a fist or a finger and squeeze it. Then we're going to double the intensity, squeeze our fist, and feel all those good feelings again. And it's called emotional flooding. We're going to continue to double that intensity of that feeling, squeeze our fists, take a deep breath and flood. Now, anytime we go back to that, you do that enough, it wires and fires so many times in your nervous system, you can wire the feelings that you want to feel into your body. Now, I don't have to go through a whole NLP lesson here and give you all that, but anchoring is really powerful. You can look up more resources about it. It's something I've used through chaining anchors. I'm able to turn anxiety into power through my right fist. It's anchored for power. My left fist is anchored for love. I feel like freaking Thanos over here when I'm like tapping on the little gems to make it happen. And you can feel the way you want to feel because you're just teaching your neurology how to feel that way, right? Because the way you have physical mastery over something is when it's wired in your nervous system. So when you consistently do this, let's say you were to have a sales call that went really well and you make a deal. Maybe you have one of these little boom boom sticks. It's a little smelling salt thing. It just smells like mint. It's nothing. It's not drugs or anything. And then anytime you smell it, after you've been anchoring yourself for a while, well, now you get in that peak state, the way you feel after you just did a deal. Or maybe you ring a bell, or maybe you have some sort of auditory trigger. So every time you hear that bell ring, now you go ahead and feel those feelings. So I would recommend getting deep, deep, deep into your why, feeling the good feelings, and then using that to drive you, anchoring it so that it drives you to the next thing. Because emotional mastery, knowing what to do, is not as good as feeling aligned with it and using that emotion as fuel, which isn't as good as having that physical mastery, which is emotional, mental, and physical. So making sure that you have those anchored in your body is a really great way to continue to trigger those anchors as you go along. All right, that's enough on that. Day 4, let's pop over to day 5. I'll see you there. And if you need more help doing these types of things and getting into it, we're going to get into the nitty gritty here pretty soon. But if you want to move further faster, I am here for you. Some people just want to jump right in and go for the gusto and work with us and get on the phone with us and do the things that we do here in the Build a Mastermind program. Join the BAM fam, as I call it. You can go over to buildamastermind.com to see the case studies, the testimonials, and book a clarity call with me or a member of the team, usually me. And we will get you on the call and see if it's a good fit. All right. Rock and roll. Next one.